a really frustrating trip for us to come all the way out and hang in the game. We didn't play very well, complimentary at all, and but to have a chance to to be right there at the end. I'm really proud of the way these guys keep battling and fighting hard and doing what we need to do to hit the heck out of people and make things happen when we get a chance. But the results just aren't coming, man. We can't get these games won, and I'm not accepting it, and I'm not taking a sideways step. I'm not stepping anywhere but forward, and going to keep driving to get the very next chance we get and go get a win and get going. And I don't expect these guys at any time to do anything but that. I want to keep just stepping forward and keep moving and battle our way through it. It's been really frustrating, obviously, but just not accepting. We're just going to keep going.
What's wrong with the offense?
Well, it's pretty clear that we're not. It's just. I'm sorry, but it's the third downs don't let us go. It's just such an obvious issue for us that we're not converting. Now we didn't run the ball well at all tonight, but it's just there's so few plays that every single play counts so much, and we're just not getting it going.
We've seen Russell miss throws that he just typically does not miss. What do you make of that?
The film doesn't lie, we're missing some stuff, and I don't see indications of that in practice as we're going, and so I got to look at the film. We can talk about all the different throws that didn't get where they're supposed to go, but I don't know what to make of it other than the fact we got to keep battling and keep trying to figure it out. I felt like we had some guys open tonight, with some chances, and unfortunately we didn't hook it up.
Where's that two-point play supposed to go?
Where's it supposed to?
Yeah,
It can go to a number of guys. It depends on how the space opened up. There guys came off the field thinking that Tyler got grabbed on that play. I don't know what happened on that one, but I can't tell you exactly because I need to see the film.
What was your explanation on the onside kick the first time?
We need another guy outside the hash mark, and we didn't line it up right.
From the middle?
On the offside, you have to have the number of guys outside the hash mark and the numbers, and we had. I don't know when we work on it all the time, but we didn't line up right. So it was just an alignment error.
What did they do defensively to shut down the run? And it wasn't until
It's
really
played good. They're not over trying with their scheme. They're just playing good base defense and making it stand up, and kind of just daring you to run the ball at them, and we couldn't do it. We thought we'd be much better than that tonight.
Do you think Russell Wilson's back anywhere close to what he can do was?
Well, the results aren't showing that. The results of the way we're playing, it isn't showing up. So, he's got to do better. We all got to do better. I felt like we pass protected okay tonight. Did we give up one sack tonight? One, yeah, two. Yeah, I thought we protected pretty well, but we just didn't hook it up.
DK didn't have a target in the first half, or
It's
they
not 'cause
taking him away.
It's not because we weren't trying to look into him and trying to get that ball to him. He's involved with all of the calls, but sometimes the coverage gets in the way of it, and you got to go other places. You got to make the right decision there. And at this point, I can't tell you that we overlooked him. In those situations, I think they did a nice job at times, but he's certainly part of everything that we're calling.
Was Collins and Dallas less of an option because Collins was beat up? What's their?
No, we just tried to see if something would spark, with the other guy.
What did you make of the defense in the second half for 3 third-down stops and then the goal line?
This team is just loaded with heart and hang in there and belief. They're believing that we're going to win. They believed all the way till the second onside kick we were going to win the game. That's if without that belief they couldn't fight like that. But to fight and hang on and to give us a chance, and we had to go 96 to get it done. But you can see why they do fight, because we did, and they have that belief based on our history. I thought it was a really, really good night of playing defense. The third downs weren't bad. They ran the ball 43 times, because they could, and we weren't making any, first downs on the other side, so they could be patient in that regard. But those guys were just tough as nails to keep hanging. The hits were all over the field. Quandre's hit was enormous, the big play that Jamal gets the pick, but they're all over the field. Brooksy and Bobby and and our guys were getting after it.
Do you, I guess, just kind of where the team is mentally and things like that? I mean, you worry about it? Or
Yeah, but we're just trying to hang to the next opportunity, you know, and go to the next day and the next step that we take, and that's why I'm you know, what it feels like is there's no room to accept what's going on. We just have to keep striding and going, and I've told them that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to expect that they'll continue to do that too. I know they will, but it stinks, you know, it really does. It stinks.
Near
It's
the end
like
of the
this.
first half, you had the 2 penalties, defensive penalties, the hold and Rasheem with the play hit. What did you think of those?
I didn't see what you guys saw, a better look than I saw. I didn't get a chance. I know Rasheem was trying to not land on the guy, and just exactly the way we practice it. So, but you know, I don't know. They just all kind of happened right in a row, you know. Jeez, amazing.
Rasheem's block in return.
Oh yeah, what a great! You know, we put such pride in that group taking their shots every chance we get. It's really important to us to show great effort. He has been phenomenal all year long, and always going and always, you know, making the effort. And he's been close so many times that it's just fitting that he finally got one. But to pick it up and run and do it all, man, what a great moment! And it was a great play for the game. You know, it gave us that, you know, that chance to tie the thing up and. It's a rare play that happens, but it was a great effort, and the guys were so fired up for him.
You mentioned Rasheem doing everything that he's taught to do in that play. Do you think that's something that is on the back of the mind of pass rushers that they're going after quarterbacks right now? You know, worried about getting called for just hitting the quarterback?
There's no doubt. I mean, there's been for a long time, but even, you know, in the last couple of years, the landing on the guy, you know, we work on it, you know. I mean, our guys know. We show it all the time. That's why he did it. I need to look at it again and see how clean he was at getting off if he did it soon enough. But I know he made the effort to demonstrate that we get the rules. We get it. And so here's what he's trying to do in the situation that sometimes things happen that you can't avoid, you know, in the hits. But if you're mindful enough to demonstrate that you get it, you know, I wish they'd give us the benefit of that, but it didn't happen. So
Benson's play.
I don't know that's a bad call. I'm not saying this. I don't even know if it is. But I just know that what he tried to do.
Benson's play in particular, when he had an opportunity to sack Heineke when he was scrambling, it looked like that was one of those situations where he was trying to hold up a little bit.
I don't know that, but I mean, it's a new day now. This isn't like football used to be. It's a new day, and we have to have a mindfulness of the considerations that, you know, why these rules are posted the way they are. And I mean, we're not a highly penalized team. We're not. That's not happening. To get 3 in 4 plays, you know, we're averaging 5 penalties a game, you know, and so it's just pretty odd that, you know, we screwed it up like that. But we're working really hard to understand how to play the game the way it's supposed to be played. I'll give you a great example. Look at the hit that Quandre makes. I mean, it's a phenomenally timed hit, and he's been thrown out of games for hitting guys the way football used to be played, and he's worked really hard to be a shoulder, you know, head out of the hits and lead with your shoulder. It's a phenomenal play. That's the way football's supposed to be played, and it's exactly the way, you know, it's taught, and guys have to learn instinctively. It's not the best way to hit a guy, you know. You know, and so he learned to hit it, great play, and you get a turnover. So that's an illustration of new awareness, you know, that the guys have about rules and safety and all that, which are all warranted and good.
Have you asked the rest why he looks one way in the games versus how he looks in practice, and if so, what does he say?
No, I haven't asked him.
Jordan Brooks, what do you think of his game?
I don't know. I need to see the film. I thought he made a lot of plays. I thought he missed a couple tackles too. So I'm not sure how it all went. All in all, I got to watch the film.
How concerned are you that you might lose them now? They might look at them.
I'm not. That's not going to happen. I don't think, Greg. I just don't feel like that. I know these guys too well. I know I know their heart. They know my heart, and we've been battling for a long time together. And we've got the leadership that there's just no room for that to happen. We're going to play for the pride of it, and we're going to play for the people that we're going to represent. And I don't know how else to look at it but that way.
What was the thought process of going with Kyle Fuller instead of Phil Haynes at left guard today?
He's been playing all year. You know, he started a bunch of games for us. The communications, the continuity of it all, it just totally makes sense to do it that way.
With Russ, what does that tell you about him as a player that, you know, maybe it's not his best game, he's struggling, missed some throws, and then it's 96 yards, 2 minutes, no timeouts.
It's classic, you know. The last thing when I was pumping him up before he went out, he said, "We've done this before." You know, that was the last thing he said before he went on the field to go take care of that drive, and all those guys came through, made those catches, and we protected them well in that sequence, all of that, and then we came through with the big play. So, but that's kind of that's what we expect. That's why we have that belief. I'm sorry.
Sorry, Pete. You talked a little bit about the return on the block, but Mark Dixon, just that consistency for him to keep you guys in the
Yeah,
game.
he had a big night. I think there's one ball that maybe didn't fly the way he wanted, but those are phenomenal finesse kicks. You know, the ones he's kicking across the field, his boomerang kicks were gorgeous at the right time to pin him deep, and he bombed one and put it and knocked it down at the 11 or something, wherever that one was. He's a terrific football player and a big weapon for us, and the defense really counts on that happening, with the backed up situations that they get in, and he's a big factor.
How's their mood? You know, you told us what you think. How did they receive it, or what did you sense from them?
Pretty quiet right now, Greg. Really, you know, the guys don't have a whole lot to say right now. You know, Tyler sends us out, and Russ says something at the end, you know, and was held himself accountable, you know, and you know, we're kind of together in this thing, you know. We're doing this whole thing together, and that's the way we've always done it, and counted on that relationship to be able to help us when times are tough, and to navigate when times, you know, can set us off, and you know, I feel like we're going to keep going. We don't have any other way to do it.
Would you continue to roll with Russ if he continues to look the way he does?
Yeah, he needs to make his plays when he gets his chances. You know, I can't imagine that he won't. Can't imagine that he won't get it done.
How long? You said you'll keep striding. That's in your nature. How long can you keep doing that?
I don't know. It's a good question. I don't know. Keep going.
Part of this process of staying together, everybody can accept what's happening, and then we have to build together. Is that when you say the team is not accepting the results?
I told him what I felt like. I didn't. How could I know? You know, I wouldn't know what they're feeling like right now. I just told them what I felt like, and I'm not going to accept the way this is going and affect me in any way, other than to keep on freaking battling and competing and taking the very next step I take, pointed at the very next opportunity, and make everything I can out of that. And I'm going to count on them going with me, and I know they will. So.
This third down has been such a problem for so long. What gives you confidence that it can turn in week 13?
That we know how to do it, because we do them, we practice them, we're repping them, and guys are open, and when we get protection, the guys are open. Russ got to make his plays, but we also got to make the catches and all that and stuff. So we all just have to work together and carry it to the games. It's frustrating that it's not happening.
On kick returns, is that something you want to stick with for a while, or is it just?
We're just trying to give him a shot to do something. You know, we thought about that when we drafted him, and it's been so disjointed that we didn't have a chance to really see him earlier on. So we're just trying him out, and I'd like to see what it looks like on the film.
The offense continues not to produce. Do you have to consider staff changes?
Like coming in, we're battling for the next day. Nice try again.
Anything else? Thank you.
So the answer is no.
Final closing.
Jordan, can you take us inside the locker room? What's the feeling like right now? 3-8.
Disappointed. Just disappointed.
What did Russell say to you guys afterwards?
Just keep believing, keep fighting. That's all you can do. This game is over with. The other games that we lost are over with, and so you got to have a short memory in this league, in this profession, because we got to get back to work tomorrow. We got a Sunday game, and so it's gonna hurt right now, but we got to get back to work and figure out a way to win a football game.
You guys were on the field for, I think, 41 minutes tonight. What did that feel like by the end of the game?
It's just football. For me, it's just football, For however long that we out there, it's no excuse. We still got to do our part. And so I'm going to start, by looking at what I could have done better to help us win. And so that's where my mind's at.
Has there been any cumulative effect of that game in and game out again on the field two-thirds of the game? Or have you felt?
I can't hear you. I'm sorry.
Is it a cumulative effect of being on the field for that long, game in and game out, that by the fourth quarter, do you as a defense or yourself feel less effective or worn out, as lack of a better term?
No. I think we got a lot of guys on defense that can play. And so it doesn't matter how long we're out there, we gotta execute.
You had the tackle on the screenplay near the line of scrimmage. Can you take us through that one?
Yeah, we knew. I think it might have been second down. A lot of teams like to run screens on second and long. We were kind of screaming it before the play, seeing it developing, and did everything I could to get back there and make tackle.
That's something you talked a few weeks ago about wanting to get better at. Do you feel like you're starting to improve there and recognizing that and making that play?
Yeah, for sure. All it was just me not being aware. We emphasized it in practice all week during meetings, and it's starting to show up in the game.
Did you, I think you said at the time you were going to maybe give KJ Wright a call. Did you do that?
I didn't get a chance to call KJ, but we'll in the future.
What was the mentality of the defense? There's a long stretch of the second half where it was a one-score game, and you guys got a bunch of third and short stops, and the fourth down stop obviously in the red zone. Just you guys just thinking you got to keep making stops with offense, get it back.
Yeah, I think coming into the game we had maybe the most third and shorts in the league, top 5 at least. So that was our mentality, stopping when we can. When we get third and short, as a linebacker, I love third and short. It's a chance to just go shoot your gap and try to get a negative play going. And so that's where our mindset was.
Anything else, guys?
Thank you.
What's up? What you got for me?
What's the mood in the locker room like right now?
It's frustrated. We're frustrated. Obviously, this is not how we wanted things to go. We just got to figure out how to get some wins.
I know you guys aren't going to throw anybody under the bus, but how demoralizing is it to have the offense go out 5 straight drives, go 3 and out from the second quarter to early fourth quarter, especially when you guys are already trailing significantly in the time of possession gap?
We wasn't really focused on that. We was focused on defense going out and making sure we were doing our job. And so we wasn't really paying attention to what the offense was doing. Whenever we were out there, we tried to put our best foot forward.
What do you see from the guys to be confident they're going to keep fighting, they're not going to quit, even though it's 3-8 and making the playoffs is hard at this point?
I mean, you see how we just battled all the way down to the wire. I mean, there's a lot of moments in this game where we could have gave up, and we kept fighting, and we came up. We came close, but came up short. So I'm confident everybody's going to keep battling.
The final margins, they don't always add up. 17 points here, there, 10 in Arizona, but because you guys are in it towards the end, pretty much, does that contribute to the not giving up part?
I mean, obviously we're playing to win, so it's not really, we're not just playing just to be out there or just to, do whatever. We're trying to win the games, and we're coming up short, so we just got to keep figuring out how to win the games.
we were just talking to Jordan about the screens. It seems like that's something he's getting better at. How have you seen him improve? What he's recognizing?
Yeah, like I said, a lot of times he's the guy that's over there on the screen. So definitely feel like he's did a good job. I feel like for the most part we did better in recognizing the screens. We had some good tackles on the screens. There was one that got away from us, so we just got to keep working.
You got a fingertip on Jamal's interception, is that right?
Yeah.
Could you take us through that play?
I think they did like a play action, and then I saw the tight end 82 running up the sideline, and I saw his eyes getting open, so I turned my head around and I tried to tip the ball, and I tipped it, and then I don't know what happened after that. I just saw Jamal got it.
What's been the effect, Bobby, of being on the field so long to the defense week in, week out? Do you feel anything from that?
I mean, I do a good job of taking care of my body, so every game I prepare for however many plays that we got to be out there, but it's definitely something that you can't keep doing. You can't keep having the defense stay on the field that long. So we got to find a way to get the ball in our hands, create some turnovers, do whatever we can to help the offense out.
Do you feel you and Wilson, the captains, need to guard against guys checking out because of the calendar and the record, or do you not sense that's going to be a challenge for you?
I don't think it's going to be a challenge. I think it's more so just making sure we keep guys focused. And it's been a hard season for sure. And so we just got to keep pushing and try to get some more wins before the season ends.
What's left to play for in your mind right now?
Everything. We got like 6 games left. There's a lot that can happen in 6 games, and so I'm a positive person, and I'm not thinking about what the season end looks like, because I'm always present in the moment.
Anything else?
Thank you.
Thanks. Jamal, how do you keep yourself, the locker room, motivated from here? What do you plan for now?
We got another opportunity next week. Another opportunity at hand. I said it last week. We're pros. This is what we do. No matter wins, lose, or draw, we got to put our helmet back on, and we got to go back out there and fight. That's all we can do.
What's the mood in this locker room right now?
Yeah, it's a lot of emotions, man. You know what I mean? Obviously, just frustrated. Just trying to find that win. That's what it's about.
What's the effect been of being on the field 40-plus minutes a game for the defense?
Say it again.
What has been the effect by the end of games of being on the field 40-plus minutes in a game over and over again?
Well, it's just more opportunities for us, to get the ball back to the offense. When we're out there, we're just trying to create turnovers and, do our job and get off the field. I don't look at it like that.
The interception, were you able to see the hit Diggs had? I don't remember where you were.
Yeah, just tips and overthrows, got to get those, and we preach that. And Diggs and Bobby, obviously he forced it over the top, and Diggs broke on it, made a hell of a play, and I came over and made the pick. So, but obviously you want the win to go with it.
Another game giving up less than 20 points to an opponent and not finding a way to win. How frustrating is it that the offense hasn't been able to consistently put points up to support you guys?
Well, we can focus on us as far as the defense. I don't talk about the offense. Those guys are gonna, figure it out, and they're gonna, make strides in a positive way. I'm not doubting them, not one bit. So all we can do as a defense is go out there and control what we can control. Obviously giving up that last touchdown, where they punched it in, we could have did a better job as a defense. Whether that was disguising or whether that was being in the right place at the right time. But they had a hell of a call for what we were in, and they made that play. So, obviously we got to do our job as far as keeping them out the end zone.
In a big sense, Jamal, how can you explain a team with this much talent being 3-8?
Really can't. You know what I mean? It's obviously it's not something that we seen coming, and obviously it's here. So now it's we got to figure it out. You got to continue to work, continue to grind, continue to understand your purpose, why you do this. Day in, day out. It doesn't just start. You can't just roll your helmet out here, man. This is the NFL. It starts in practice. It starts with your preparation outside of the building. Whatever it is, every individual on this football team has to play at a high caliber, and we know that, and sometimes the ball just it hasn't gone our way. It's obviously frustrating, but at the end of the day, like I say, we got a couple more opportunities to switch this thing into a positive manner.
The players who spoke up in the locker room afterwards, what did they say? What was the message?
I came in a little late. I was in some tears. I was frustrated, but I missed it. But I know it was positive. Just everybody, just keep fighting. That's all you can do. You know what I mean? And like I said, it's very, very frustrating. Everybody's pissed off. But at the end of the day, no one cares. No one cares. So you gotta figure it out as a team, and you gotta move forward.
That level of emotion from you, is that different? Has it reached a point now where that's...
No, I just hate losing. Yeah, I just hate losing, and it's to go out like that. That was a tough loss, obviously, and we just got to move forward, man.
How do you balance that emotions and wanting to win, and then not succeeding, and then trying to get back, and like you said, trying to move forward and get some results?
Well, you got to go back to the drawing board. You know what I mean? You got to put your working cap back on, and you got to work a little bit harder. You know what I mean? You got to execute. You got to execute better in certain situations. That's all you really can do, man. It's obviously it's frustrating. No one likes to lose, but we put ourselves behind the 8 ball. You know what I mean? And now it's about trying to get out of the out of that negative way.
Anything else? Thank you.
Thank you, Joel.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
You wanted offensively.
Yeah.
And what are you seeing? And I know you guys are staying together. What's your take on what's happening?
I mean, we had a lot of things that didn't go our way tonight. You know, it's countless errors from putting the ball on the ground, something we harp on daily, flags, and along with Washington being a good football team. So, I mean, NFL, everybody's talented, and that's what happens, especially when you come to their place and calls don't go your way, and we weren't executing as much as we should, in my opinion, and all of our opinions. So, you know, we lose tonight.
What calls do you feel like didn't go your way?
Well, thinking back on it, I definitely think the roughing the passer was kind of unneeded. I mean, the ball, as soon as the ball came out of his hands, he got hit, and Rasheem, he knows that. But, I mean, you playing fast and physical, especially on this defense, is something that they harp on daily. So, I mean, you can't really pick hairs about if you hit him or if you don't hit him. I mean, we're all trying to make a play out there, so that's just how it went.
You're not used to losing, dating back to your time with the Rams. This franchise is not used to doing this.
Right.
Being 3-8, first time since, I believe, 2009. How difficult is it to try to stay motivated? What's the key to staying motivated here down the stretch?
Well, just knowing what we have, the team that we have, the coaches that we have, and the culture that we've established, that's been established since, like you said, since 2009. And just trying to get back to playing championship football, knowing that the game can go either swing of ways, and all it takes is one play. We came out fast and executing at a high level in the first half, but just didn't translate to the second half.
Who spoke up afterwards in the locker room, and what was the message?
Pete. When a game like this happens, I mean, it's not really much to say. Leave it all out there on the field, and it comes down to the wire like this. I honestly thought it was going to go to overtime, but come down to a kick or a field goal or something. But, you know, fourth down is all or nothing. So, I mean, that's all you can really ask for, especially in this business.
Is that two-point play something you guys have repped a ton this year?
For sure, for sure. I mean, we practice all scenarios, anything that can happen in the game, even the onside kick, which is another call that I feel like, yeah. So, I mean, things just didn't go our way tonight, from the second half at least.
Have you got a chance to see the replay of the two-point?
Say it again.
Have you got a chance to see the replay of the two-point and see what happened?
Nah, I didn't even watch it. I'll watch it on the plane, you know, when they give us the game on the iPads, but it's definitely just something that we got to go back and just keep working at. I mean, we're not going to give up. We're never going to give up until the last game, and then we're just going to keep pushing for the playoffs.
What do you think it's going to take Russ to pull out of his recent struggles?
Just stay at it. Just stay at it. With anything that you do for work, I mean, you're going to have some trials and tribulations. I mean, even you guys, you know, nothing goes perfect. So the same goes for the game of football, and you got guys coming from every direction and every angle. I mean, anybody can sit back and say, I would have did this or would have did that after the game, but, you know, Russ is an elite quarterback and even better person, so I'm going to stick with him through thick and thin.
Why aren't you guys converting more on third down?
Hard to say. I mean, the defensive game plans for us, and, you know, we have tendencies that we try to avoid, and they study us week in and week out, so it's definitely something that we're just going to have to take a look at and reevaluate.
Are you throwing new stuff at you, it feels like, each week?
Defenses or?
Yeah, defenses.
There's only so much you can do in a game of football from a coverage standpoint, but up front, you know, stunts and the D-line, they're going to come fast and try to get the rust. We've struggled in protection, and the whole league knows that, so I think that's something that we're going to have to put emphasis on even more.
The third down plays tonight that you didn't convert, were the opportunities there? Do you feel like guys were open, the plays were there?
It's hit or miss. I mean, you got a guy who has been doing this for a decade. I mean, he may miss one or two throws coming back from injury, but anybody can say, you know, we would have did this or would have did that had he been healthy, or, you know, had the game unfolded differently, or if we would have won. You know, no one would be talking about third downs right now.
Anything else, Ed? Thanks, Bill. What's going through your mind, Rob?
It's just disappointing. You know, we have a good football team. We got a lot of great players and a lot of amazing effort every day. You know, and you know, we give our all every day. I think from a player standpoint, I mean, we just day in and day out, we work our butts off. Offensive side, defensive side, special teams, and we're in a storm. You know, and you know, I believe that we have to keep going. And the only way to get to the other side is just believing that the water's going to calm down a little bit, and we'll be able to get through it. I think that the season's been a tough journey so far, you know, just in general. Just, you know, we've had some crazy tough games and battled, and, you know, and so, you know, that the last few minutes of the game shows that we have the right character of guys. You know, and just that's what's special about this team. You know, just to believe that something great's going to happen. When we're down by 8, goes to 4th down. You know, Jamal makes an amazing play. I mean, just an amazing play just to give us a chance to go back out there again, have the ball on the 3-yard line. To be able to go all the way down the field and to believe and nobody doubt, and just to have the courage to be able to do it and to be able to step up when we needed to, and just we kept battling that drive, finding a way to make plays. And Freddie did an amazing job, kind of pumped away, kind of stepped up in the pocket, and bang, hit him down the middle for a touchdown, down by 2, and just going for the 2-point conversion. And you know, and kind of doubled DK, kind of doubled Tyler for a second. Freddie popped over for a second. I tried to zoom in there, and the guy made a good play. You know, and so I think it's just that this journey this season's been challenging. It's been tough, but at the same time, there's more football left. And I know for me personally, I'm going to give everything I have, like I always do, every day, every play, to the very end, the last play of the game, just like tonight, just because I don't know any other way. You know, and I think these guys in this locker room don't know any other way, as well. There's a lot of amazing courage in that locker room, a lot of amazing belief, you know, and I know I believe in myself. I know I believe in those guys in the locker room. I know we believe in each other, and and so there's going to be some challenges and stuff, you know, and people this and that talking this and that. But I think what we know is that we're together, and we want to do everything we can to just to play the next game, you know, great. And that's what we got to do. You know, we got to step up to the challenge. And as crazy as it may seem, as tough as it is, that's our obligation to do that. You know, it's a gift to be able to play this game every day. So, you know, I haven't been in this situation before like this, but what I do know is I know there's only one way to respond, and that's with your head up, with your mind right, with great language. That's with you know, perspective that, you know, everything in life isn't always easy, and even in your careers and whatever it may be in sports. But I do know that we will be better. I do know that we'll continue to work to be better every day, and you know, so that's what I'm grateful for. I'm grateful that I know what we're about and what these guys are in this locker room are about, and what we'll do, and how we'll go about it. And so it's a good football team. They've been playing great the past the Washington football team. They've been playing really good football the past few games, and I mean, we had a good first half. We didn't have that many plays. We had a good first half, and then second half we didn't do what we needed to do. You know, I could have been better there, and then we had a chance, and like I said, we took it all the way down to no time on the clock. We even got the onside kick, you know, and just. So it's, you know, unfortunately it didn't work, but in that situation. But that's how much we believe.
Your eyes right now portray more emotion than most times after games. Why is it?
Because I love this game. You know, I love this game. I love this team. You know, I love winning, and I love the process of doing all the hard work. And like I always tell you guys, I love the process more than the end result. And when you put everything in every hour, every second, every day, and doesn't end the way you want it to, it's always tough. But like I always told you guys before, there's harder things in life. You know, there's tougher things people are going through. And what I do know is that this is a gift, and what I do know is that we will respond the right way. And we'll come back to work tomorrow and be better and give everything we have. That's all we know. And that's so that's even though it's disappointing, that's what I'm looking forward to. It's because, like I said, it's when the sun comes up in the morning, we got to start all over again.
You converted a couple third downs on that last
Say that
drive.
one time.
You converted a couple third downs on that last drive, but for the most part, that was again an issue tonight. What was not working on third down?
Well, we had like I said, we had a good first half for the most part. The half went by pretty quickly. We had some really amazing plays, and Tyler had a deep one that was amazing. We had the 3rd and 1 that we went for, and then we got a big play by Tyler too as well. We tried to run it a couple times on 3rd, and we didn't get it, unfortunately. They made a couple good plays, and then the second half, I could have been a little cleaner. I missed Gerald on one that I should have had. Just threw a little too far inside. So that was tough. But then at the end of the game, we were able to convert them when we needed to and stuff like that. But that's an important thing because our defense did a great job in that throughout the game, really, especially at the end of the game in particular, just to be able to keep battling. And those third downs give us a little bit of air, give us a little bit of opportunity. I thought we had the big third down conversion for the touchdown to Gerald on the at the beginning, first, second quarter, I forget what quarter it was, first, second quarter, end of the first quarter, I believe it was, and that was a great catch by him, and just I zoomed it in there. He made an unbelievable catch. Guy was all over him, and so there was some good stuff, there was some bad stuff, there was some in between stuff, and there was some stuff that was really amazing too. And so I think the biggest thing is just being able to make the stuff that's not that great right now, make it a little bit better, and just stay focused on that task. And it starts with me.
For so long, you guys have won a lot of close games, late in games. How tough has it been this year that almost all these one-score games have gone the other way?
Yeah, I think that over the years we've been able to win the closest games, and I think was it last year or 2 years ago? I think it was maybe 2 years ago. We had some crazy games. I think it was 2 years ago. It was 2 years because I remember there was crowds and stuff. We had some crazy games. We won 7-8 close games or whatever it was in the last drive or whatever. Tonight felt like the same way, and that's what this game's about. When you're playing good football teams, and we've had some tough games in the past few games, and great football teams, and you're playing really great teams, and we're battling to be that as well. It's those little moments, just they either go your way or don't, and so I think all over all the years we've been able to capitalize on those moments. Obviously tonight we did in an amazing fashion. It just didn't work the last two-point conversion. But I think once again, when we think about who we are in the locker room and just the character of guys, it's a joy to know that you have guys that are so dedicated to what we're going to do and how we're going to go about our business, and that's the only way.
Does DK need to get more involved? Do you need to get him more involved?
Yeah, I think obviously we need to get DK the football. We actually called several plays for him. He had actually a sweet deep cross that he was going to be wide open, maybe for a touchdown. I had to move. That's the one I threw to AC down the left sideline. That was unfortunate because that was after the big play to Tyler, and then here comes DK on a big play. Hopefully.
That was a fumble play.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that was the same one. But that was going to be a cool play. And then we called some other stuff, and then they doubled them on those. We called 2 plays in a row for them. They doubled them on those. I think it was in the third quarter. Yeah, third quarter. Had some other things, So, yeah, he's one of the best football players in the world. We got to get him the football. Got to find ways to do it. Got to move him around some more, maybe. And so, we're gonna study it and see what we can do. He made the clutch second or third down. I forget what it was on the left sideline. Big play. That was huge because that gave us another chance to keep going. So if anybody loves him, I love him. And we know that he's a big factor for us, and we got to be able to utilize him as much as possible. So we're gonna look at that and see where we can get better there.
The season as a whole, it just seems like week in, week out, you guys have been dealing with prolonged stretches where you've had a lot of 3 and outs. It hasn't just been third down. The early down's been a struggle. But what do you attribute to that being an issue for the entire season?
Yeah, I I think we have to continue to study that. I mean, I think the biggest thing though is that, like I said, we had some really spectacular plays on first and second down, and like I said, the play to Tyler and all those, and some other ones. I just think we got to play a little cleaner. And I think the best thing we can do. The past is already the past. That's what it is. So the best thing you can do is to learn as much as you can, but also know that we have what it takes, to be better. We have what it takes to be great, in my opinion. And so it's gonna be it's challenging. It's challenging right now. It's challenging right now. But at the same time, I know, like I said earlier, I know what we're capable of, and what we're capable of has to show up, and we have to make that happen. So, we're gonna, like I said, I don't know any other way, and I'm not one of those guys to be down and out and not believe and to give up and give in. It's just I'm gonna keep working my butt off every day. This team is too, and that's what we're gonna make sure of.
When you don't make the throws, you miss Everett a couple times open. It's easy to say, oh, it's the finger, or he was not out a month, or do you feel like there's any reason for you not making throws you have made for injury?
I think that, today I missed a couple. I mean, there's one that I threw really high because I was getting knocked back a little bit. I threw it high, but, earlier on, I think that just adjust my eyes a little bit, It wasn't like that was, didn't feel confident with it, so once again, I have to go watch the film, see if there's anything there. So yeah, I guess you're battling every day, just to for us to find ways to make plays and do what we need to do. So, like I said, I've been practicing my butt off every day. We've been practicing great, So, and I know that sometimes you shoot it and it doesn't go in, So I'm gonna keep shooting.
3 games back, how does your finger feel?
I feel good. I feel really good. I feel, I wish we were winning right now. We've had 3 tough games in a row, but, so that's really my finger's not the issue. I think we got to figure out how to be better.
Anything else?
Joe Everett told us the whole league knows you have pass protection issues. They come at you from all angles because of it. How much of a challenge does that make what you're trying to do with that as a staff?
I think it's really about just us being better. And like I said, I don't really know how to address that necessarily. Can you ask your question again, just so I clearly understand what you're saying?
Joe Everett in here about 5 minutes ago
Yeah.
said you were getting why you were missing throws. He said, well, you're getting hit from every direction and every angle from everybody because the whole league knows that Seattle has pass protection issues. And my question is, how does that make your job that much more difficult?
It's not the O-line's fault. It's not the O-line's fault. It's, I can be better. So that's what we'll do, Like I said, if anybody believes, I believe, and for 10 years we've believed, and it's been tough, and it's been challenging and all that. I know that we haven't faced this moment, but the moment will pass, and we'll come through on the other end of it, and that's what I believe. And, like I said, I love this game. Give every second, every day to it. Give all your energy, all your mind, all your spirit to it. I thank God every day that I get to do this. It's a blessing for sure. And like I said to you guys before, consider it pure joy and go through trials and tribulations because it's testing my faith that builds perseverance. I'm going to persevere. This team's going to persevere. That's what we're going to do. And that's all we can really do. It's about getting back out there and going back to work and doing what we love to do.
We heard you spoke up to the team afterwards. What was your message?
It's internal in there, but just to sum it up, basically was just kind of what I said a little bit earlier, but just the fact that we didn't give up, didn't give in. I mean, it just, from the like I said, the last defensive play, Jamal's play. I mean, what a remarkable play. Just what a remarkable play by him. And then for us to be on the 3-yard line and go all the way, I just thank the guys just for, to continue to believe. It means the world, not only to me but this team. And if we if you can't believe with that, you know, how we did that and how we came back all the way down the field, you know, that's what we're about. You know, that's the heart of this team. And there's some tough stuff, but like I said, we'll get through it.
Thank you, Russ.
Anything else?
Thank you, guys.
Thank you guys. Go Hawks.
Time for Harris.
Thank you.